Soft skills play an important role in architecture profession. Now, as you all must be knowing that now soft skills is an important part of every career or every educational course. So any student now knows the basics of computer. um, for architecture, AutoCAD is a must. It's a drawing tool which the students learn in the first 2 or 3 years of the college, and other soft programs like the presentation tools like Photoshop or 3D Max, SketchUp. Now you have Lumion. So now you have n number of soft programs or soft tools which you can use for the presentation techniques. Then now for the estimations also you have many options available. So to know the computers and the ability to learn the latest soft tool is very important for the architectural professional. For any architecture student, the drawing or sketching skills is not mandatory as such, but if he is good at it, then he will be benefited, because the sketching is actually based on your creative thought process, and or the thought process in 3 dimension. So if you can think in 3 dimension, you can always give it drawing formation. So if you have good drawing skills, good sketching skills, it will definitely benefit. And hand sketches are always impressive for the presentation. So even if as a professional you present yourself in front of any client or present your project, then the hand sketches always help a lot. So anyone can try to study the hand sketching also. The nature of the educational course for architecture is quite different than the other courses, because most of the weightage is on the practical or the drawings which we make. The theory subjects are there, but the papers are very crisp, or you can say that most of the course is dependent on the practical knowledge. Also nowadays so many new things are always upcoming in the market. The different building materials, different construction techniques or methods, and now you must have heard something about green buildings or everything. So different techniques for green buildings. So the basic architecture course is completely based on the practical knowledge or the practical training which is involved in the construction industry. And the nature of the course is also mainly the weightage is on the drawing submissions. So for every subject you have to make or prepare many drawings with hand or on computers with the help of the AutoCAD. And you have theory subjects also, and you have to appear for the theory papers. And the course is based on the semester system. So 5 years, so you have to have 10 semesters to go through to complete the architecture course. Each semester has 2 or 3 basic subjects which are repetitive, and you get advanced knowledge as per your maturity or as per your seniority in course. But for every semester you also have many different subjects, like the landscape design is only restricted for 2 semesters among the 10 semesters, or the town planning or urban design is limited for only 2 semesters. So likewise, for each semester you have new subjects also, and 2 or 3 basic subjects which are there for all the 10 semesters. Then for every semester you have independent exam, the papers and the viva. So viva is an oral examination where you have to present your project or your drawings in front of the external examiner. You have to explain your scheme, then what all you have thought of for that project, and then there is a question answer session. You have to present the your scheme in the form of printed drawings to the examiner, and there are oral, which we call it as viva, for main subjects like architecture design or building construction, and otherwise you have to submit the journals. So the pattern is sessional and paper. So for every semester you have papers also and you have sessionals also. For sessionals there is internal marking and external marking as well, and the paper is always at the time of the exam. So it's quite a tedious course and very time consuming, hard working, and physical work is also quite much involved in the architecture course. In the 4th year, 8th semester, the students have to perform or do the practical training. Practical training is a job based training where you have to work in any of the architect's office, any architectural firm, or any government office where they have the trainee architect post. The student have to work for 4 months. They have to maintain a diary for everyday work, day-to-day work, and take the signature of the authority, and then they have to present the whole of their work of 4 months which they have done at that office in the form of a portfolio in front of the external examiner. So at the end of the 8th semester, there is a viva for this practical training. This is a very different aspect of architectural course, and in the final year the students have to do a thesis, a detailed project, the subject of which is finalized after quite a research work and discussions with the concerned faculty in the college, and they work for that project for the whole semester, and then they have to present it in the form of a portfolio with all their research work and the design and the detailing in the form of the portfolio in front of the external examiner. So that is the viva which they have to appear in the final semester of the thesis, and they have to clear this thesis. So this is the pattern which is quite different than other courses. After graduation, any student is given a degree of BR, so he can work as an architect in any of the private firms, private offices, or now you have the options of global companies, global firms also, where they have a post or where they have a team of architects working for them. The same is the situation abroad. If you do the post graduation in any of the subjects which I have mentioned earlier, then you can get an opportunity of a job in that field in many of the companies or many of the firms abroad also. Then you can have the opportunity in government offices in India at state level, at national level, like in state governments or in the local municipal authorities like Pune Municipal Corporation. They have some posts reserved for the architects. They have the exam for getting that opportunity. So if you appear and if you pass that exam, you can get the government jobs also. And of course there is a opening as a freelancer, where you work on your own as an independent architect, and you do your practice independently on your own. So these are many options. These are the options after the graduation or post graduation. After you, if you do any kind of post graduation, then I think the you have the limitation of your for your scope, as because in the subjects in which you have studied as in masters, you can get the job in that field. So now, so if you have studied the sustainable architecture abroad and received a master's degree in that, then you will get opportunity of a job abroad in that field itself. So in the branches where you have done the post graduation, you will get the jobs as per your specialization. As you see, there are always advantages and disadvantages for a single thing. So if you are doing an individual practice, then always you have a risk of getting that fixed income per month, or per some stipulated time. So this is the basic difference between the two. But there is always an opportunity for an individual professional. Like if you are working as an individual professional, then you can get any project of any scale, any expanse, any time. So that is very that is not decided. So if you get a large scale project at a time, then of course you will earn that much money. But in the job you have a fixed income, and the income you will get increments, or you will get increase in your payment as per the seniority, or as per your work style, or as per the projects you handle. So there is always a difference between there will be a difference in between these two. And the basic difference, what I think is, if you are an independent professional, then you have always a satisfaction of your work. Like any small, even if you are doing a very small project, that small project is done completely by yourself on your own. So these are the basic differences which you may see, or which you may experience in other fields also. Actually, interior designing is a part of architecture. Like when you design any space, then the architect thinks about it in interior arrangement, and then specifies the measurements, or specifies the form of that space. So any architect can do the interior designing or interiors, whereas the interior designer can't perform the role of an architect. So for an interior designer, there is a limitation of work that he can perform, whereas for architect he has many options. Like the architect can work as an interior designer, he can work as a landscape designer, or even he can work for any urban project also. So you may say that interior designing is a part of architecture. So anyone should not mix these two with each other. They are quite different, and the people work as the interior designers work separately, the architects can work separately. And there are courses for interior exclusively for interior designing, but there are very limited courses as such in very limited institutes. After graduating as an architect, any architect can start his own practice, but after getting a license from the nationwide authority. So the nationwide authority is Council of Architecture. So every architect has to apply for getting a license, receiving a license from that council, and then you get a number of as a licensed architect. So to get any plan sanctioned from the municipal corporation, any local authority, the architect has to have that license number. Otherwise, he does not have any authority to get the plan sanctioned from the council or from the municipal corporation. Even he can't even apply for the permission from the corporation. So every architect, after completing his graduation, has to apply for the license to the Council of Architecture. Now the Council of Architecture has their own website, and you can get the information about the application, about the lifetime membership, or the fees which you have to pay to the council to get the license. So all that information is available on their website, and you can get that. So you get a number, and then only with that number. Now for any government jobs also, they have this tender system. So for any tender, the architect has to have a license number. Otherwise, no architect can apply for any tender. So that is a must for any architect. Then architecture is completely related with the building construction industry, because any project of architect has to be built in real on the ground or on any location. Otherwise, it can't be a real project, and the architect works for all the real projects which are going to be used by the people. So it definitely has a direct relation with the building construction industry. The architect comes across many engineering faculties also, like the structural engineer is a very important associate in the architecture profession, because for every building or any structure, you have to have a frame structure on which the building will stand, and that frame structure is designed by a structural engineer. So architecture and in civil engineers or the engineering faculty go hand in hand, so they can't be separated from each other. And many architects nowadays also perform or do the construction of their own projects. So it is very much easier for the architect to build their own project. So rather than depending on any other person or any other agency, it's easy for an architect to raise his dream come true on the site. So in architecture, the architecture is not gender biased. That's what we can say. For girls and boys, they have equal opportunities in architecture, because on site, of course, the girls can also work. And now you must be knowing that on the machine floor also the girls work. So for architecture, there is no question of gender biased situation. So with this, I conclude that you have a large expanse of options in this career. You can opt for many different opportunities, like I said, as architect, as a special consultant in your field, or as a project manager, or as a team leader. So you have many options in many fields, in many branches of architecture. But of course, you have to work hard, you have to prove yourself through your work, and go ahead. So all the best for your career, for your successful professional career in future.
Summary: changes in last 10 years. Number of colleges in Pune have increased. There are around 25 colleges in Pune including autonomous, Pune University or deemed university. Syllabus is same everywhere. Then, post-graduation courses are also available in Pune. Architecture is a combination of art and technology. Eligibility: science stream with PCM group is compulsory. Entrance exam after 12th standard: 1. State level entrance exam, NATA, which is National Aptitude Test for Architecture. There are 4 attempts to this exam. Attending related classes is recommended. 2. JEE Paper 2. There are 3 attempts for this exam. It is for government colleges all over India. 3. Studying English, mental ability, general knowledge and drawing are required for entrance exam. The pattern for all these exams is written pattern. Education required: 1. B.Arch, which is Bachelor of Architecture. It is a 5-year course. 2. M.Arch, Master of Architecture. It is a 2-year course. Landscape Architecture, Conservation, Town Planning, Urban Design, Construction Management, Project Management, Business Management are included in these courses. There is a Town Planning course at COEP. At IIT, MTech in Architecture with Product Design or Project Management is available. Then, post-graduation courses in all branches are available outside India. Skills required are patience, hard work, creativity, sensitivity towards human nature, holistic approach, leadership qualities. Let's see the tools that are required. Computer, AutoCAD, this is a drawing tool, Photoshop, 3ds Max, etc. These are all presentation tools. And apart from this, hand sketches is also an important factor. B.Arch, Bachelor of Architecture, a 5-year course. It has a semester pattern, independent exam for each semester, practical training or job-based training in 8th semester, and students have to complete a thesis in the last semester. Career options: 1. Jobs in private firms or global firms or government offices. 2. Students can work as a freelancer. Advantages: regular job has regular income, whereas working independently gives you a self-satisfaction and growth may be exponential. Disadvantages: with regular job, you have limited job satisfaction and limited growth, whereas working independently needs more time to establish yourself. After graduation, license from Council of Architecture is required for individual practice. Interior designing can be considered as a branch of architecture. Architecture and engineering, both these fields are very closely related. Architects and engineers work together on every project. An important part is there are equal opportunities for boys and girls.